Very much for asking. Since we spoke the last time, have things improved or things have gotten worse?
In Greater Accra, things have improved greatly.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it has spread to other parts of the country, which is the eastern, central, and now western.
Yes.
And western region is hardly hit. But things are under control now.
Okay.
Yes.
The last time we engaged the health directorate from there, what they told us was that as of the 12th of December, they had recorded 1,347 cases.
Yes.
And out of that, 15 people had died.
Yes, please.
And I'm sure by now, once the numbers are updated, the numbers could go up. Maybe the pace of contraction would probably be slower now, but still there'll be some cases that are being recorded.
Yes, there are still cases that are being reported.
Okay. And let's refresh our memories again. What is cholera?
Cholera is a bacteria infection, which is caused by a bacteria by name Vibrio cholerae. This bacteria is so stubborn that it's only heat that can destroy it.
Wow.
Yes. So this bacteria is also found in our feces, stool. So literally, if you have cholera, it means you have eaten feces. This feces, you will not intentionally eat it, but one way or the other, anything that you put into your mouth that is contaminated, you will surely be infected with this cholera bacteria.
Okay.
And this is done when you eat food that is contaminated with the bacteria, or you drink water that is contaminated with the bacteria, then you get infected. And when you are infected, there are few signs and symptoms that will show. And from the time of infection, so about few hours, you start to show signs and symptoms. Few hours, it doesn't take much longer.
Okay.
So you start to vomit, you start to pass watery stool, you have pain, abdominal pains, you also be weak. And if care is not taken, and if you don't rush to the health facility, you can collapse and you can easily pass on. So it is a disease that if we record just one case, it is an outbreak. Looking at the nature of it, one case is an outbreak. So now we are reporting more than 100 cases. It tells you that we are really hot. Yes. And we are out there everywhere to ensure that people get informed and take positive decision that they can stay healthy. Okay. That is by regular hand washing. I remember when COVID came, everywhere you see Veronica bucket, you see soap, you see water, but now most of it is being thrown to the rocks. So we are encouraging that every institution should try as much as possible. The washroom, we put soap, there's running water, advantage places, there's Veronica bucket or taps that people can easily wash their hands. You know, sometimes when you are even willing to wash your hands, but there's no water, there's no soup. So you are compelled to eat something, especially the finger foods.
Yes.
You are compelled to eat it without washing your hands. We are also encouraging everyone, let's go back and pick our sanitizers. Let's go back and pick our sanitizers. It's important. So where you wish you get water to wash and you don't have water, then you can use the hand sanitizer. We should also stay well away from cold food. The ice cream, the salad.
Oh, yes. What has ice cream got to do with it?
You know, I earlier mentioned that the bacteria thrive
very
very well
in cold temperatures. It's only heat that can.
It's only heat that can. And you know, ice cream, milk products, Burkina, those cold sobolo. If you are not sure of the source, all the drinks that are served cold, all the desserts that are served cold, all the salad that are served cold, we should ensure that we avoid, or if we can heat them, preferably, it will be good. Or if you can prepare it yourself, to ensure that you use hygienic things that can keep you safe, it will also be good. We should also encourage everybody to use the washrooms. You know, in Greater Accra, we have issue with waste disposal when it comes to our feces. Greater Accra, we have a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, you go to a place, a household, or even a compound house, there's no toilet facilities, but they eat daily. Ask yourself, where will they go to ease themselves? They will surely use either the rubber bag, either they use a container, do it and pour it inside the gutter. I believe all those listening to me will testify that sometimes you are walking, you want to flash your eyes on the gutter, and you sight these things, and it's nasty. But these things happen. So let's encourage our landlords to also build and include toilet facilities and access to water. We are also encouraging the whosoever is concerned, the leadership, they should ensure there's availability of water, so that if the person is willing to wash, there's availability of water, there's availability of soap. And we should encourage, whatever information you are hearing now, also pass it on to someone that will be beneficial. We should also be able to wash our vegetables very well. I mentioned that salad, but it's not everybody that will eat the salad. They rather prefer the raw vegetables without the salad cream.
Yes.
So you can make sure you wash it very well with enough water, with salt solution or vinegar.
Yeah.
And those also farming, please, let's try to use water that is acceptable in farming. You know, you hear that Greater Accra, some people use wastewater, they use gutter water from the stream to water these vegetables, which if the water is contaminated, the vegetables will surely be contaminated right from source. And these vegetables will go into the market. And we are also encouraging our market women. They should try as much as possible to display these vegetables and fruits on a table instead of the floor. You go to the market, you see these things on the floor. Sometimes you are compelled to buy because everybody wears it on the floor. But it is not the best, because when it rains, the water carry whatever germs, whatever bacteria that is somewhere, it flows through every place, and all these places get infected. We should also try as much as possible. The food vendors, they should try to use ladles instead of the bare hands, and we are also encouraging them. The one dishing the food, there should be another person taking the money, because if I go to use the washroom and I don't wash my hands very well, and I come out and I go to buy food or something and I remove the money, I will infect the money with the bacteria on my hands, which I don't know. And in turn, receiving my food and giving the money to the food seller will also contaminate her hands without knowing. And she used that hands, though most of them now use ladle to dish the food, but it's still your bare hands that hold the ladle, and one way or the other the food can get contaminated. And you hear that in Western region they bound the eating of vegetables. Yes. If you look at the cholera outbreak, it's literally traced to the food we eat outside. So let's try as much as possible to observe food hygiene, personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, and we can stay healthy.
Okay. And in terms of the people who are at risk. The people who are at risk. Who are the people who are at risk, especially going into? We are going into the festive season. We know that people will go to parties. Sometimes you are too exhausted to cook. You would buy food and all those. Yeah.
Everyone is at risk. With cholera, everyone is at risk. Everyone. Because I mentioned that the food vendor, probably from your home, you say that, oh, I've cooked. I'll carry my food. But you go out there, you buy water. Either the bottled water or the sachet water, drink or whatever. The person selling the water, if the person's hand is infected, wherever the water is coming from, if it is infected, you end up infecting yourself. So everybody is at risk, and we should all be involved in fighting this cause. And thankfully, there is a vaccine now for cholera in Ghana. Western region have started days back. We are targeting age 1 and above. Hopefully, Greater Accra will also enroll our vaccination probably next year.
Now, the vaccination, I've heard, some say that, listen, it's good, but it's not a substitute to you washing your hands and washing your hands under running water and, soap. What do you say?
Yes, ideally, we should not even record cholera cases. Ideally, because it's all about personal hygiene, food hygiene, environmental hygiene. Why should we be recording cases of cholera? So the vaccines are there because now we have no option. Looking at the outbreak, people are dying. It's better to vaccinate them, to get them immune, to build their immunity against the cholera. But if you are not infected, try as much as possible to observe this three hygiene, the personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, and food hygiene, so that you will not be infected. It's better to stay healthy and be free from cholera than saying that because there is vaccine, you allow yourself to be infected, then you'll be protected using the vaccine. It's not the best.
And, speaking of this vaccination elements, you saying that people have to still maintain their personal hygiene and not think that once you have the vaccine, you are protected regardless. Now, we know that the Western region, yes, they've seen a surge in their numbers, had to ban the, sale of vegetables that accompanies food and all that. How about the Eastern region? How are things going? You've talked about Greater Accra, that things are improving. How about the Eastern region? How are things faring?
Also improved.
Okay.
They have also improved. Cases are now going down. Cases are going down drastically.
Okay.
Just as Greater Accra. Yes.
And more people are adhering to the safety protocols.
Yes. People are adhering to the safety protocols.
Now, what has been one of the major challenges that you have been dealing with in relation to this outbreak? There's a lot of sanitization going on, but in some areas like Western region that we're recording cases, even though it is diminished, what has been some of the key challenges that have confronted you?
Some of the key challenges are people adhering to these simple behaviors. These are simple things that you shouldn't even wait for somebody to come and tell you. Yet, we go out to churches, we go to mosques, we go to the community. Some places, they've even banned festivals and other things. Yet, you see people having these festivals, and in turn, they drink, they eat, and the cases will definitely get higher. So our biggest challenge is adherence. People are not willing. People, what we were expecting is that this is an unhygienic condition who shouldn't have led us to where we are now. But because we individuals, we are not adhering to a lot of the protocols, hand washing, after visiting the toilet, before cooking, after touching any surface, or using hand sanitizer. These things are basics, but people are having it difficult to adhere to. And that is our biggest challenge.
Now, going into the Christmas, are you worried?
Yes.
Why are you
worried?
We
are worried. Because Christmas, people will definitely have other activities, they will be tired. They'll wish, oh, let me go and get some food somewhere and have a rest. And where you are going to buy the food, you don't know the source of it. You don't know the hygienic nature of that particular food. And festive season is basically meant to have fun. Yes, so in having fun, you drink, you eat, you do all manner of things. And in turn, if we don't take care of ourselves during the festive season or after the festive season, we might have surge of cases again. Yes.
And so you're warning that if people do not take precaution, we are likely to record a surge in cases after the festivities. So now people are going for the Christmas. They will want to enjoy themselves. What do you say to them, especially when in the area of cholera?
Yes, I will advise that if you are listening to me, you ensure that you cook your own food. You adhere to strict washing of hands with soap and the running water. You use hand sanitizer when there is no water. You avoid the eating of cold food, which you yourself you are not sure of the source, so you should be able to avoid those cold food. Or if you can't avoid them, you can prepare them yourself. And ensure that your household are safe. Let's try to adhere to all the protocols so that we can stay safe after the festive season.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm grateful that you're able to join us. I was joined in the studio by Nasiratu Imoro. She's a health promotion officer at the Greater Accra Regional Health Directorate. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much, too.
And
it's a pleasure to be here, too.
Great. And to all our listeners, please make sure you're taking precaution as you head into the festivities. We need you whole, hale, and hearty once the festivities are over. Remember, wash your hands and the running water with soap as frequently as you can. Okay, because sometimes you touch surfaces without even, drawing your attention, drawing your mind to it. So once you see water, soap, please wash your hands as frequently as you can. It's still the morning Star Hill Star 103.5 FM.